We are making a birthday cake stuffed cookie. So get your favorite sprinkle. I use a mixture of the long one and also the circle one. And definitely do some Low Debbie birthday cake cream pie. Well, that's what we're going to stuff it with. We're going to cut this into halves and we'll stuff a cookie. In this bowl I have brown butter, light brown sugar, and regular sugar. We're going to add light corn syrup, and this is the brand I use. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons. Tablespoon, 2. So it comes out to around 28 grams. 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to start the beater on low, turn to medium high, and beat until nice and fluffy. See how fluffy the brown butter is? Look at all these specks. It's going to get lots of flavor. Now we're going to add the egg yolks. If you don't have egg yolks, you can do regular whole eggs as well. So I'm going to do 3 egg yolks. But if you don't have 3 egg yolks, then do 2 whole egg. When you're making a stuffed cookie, you want to use baking powder and not baking soda. Baking powder will lift the cookie and not spread the cookie out as much, but baking soda will spread the cookie. And you want a tender cookie, so you want to do cornstarch. I'm doing mine with pizza flour. It's also known as bread flour because it has higher protein, give you a chewier texture. So I'm going to mix it with cornstarch to make it tender. Pizza flour, which is also bread flour, will give you a nice chewiness to it, and regular flour as well. So we're going to do a blend instead of measuring. I like to scale out my flour so it'll be exact. So this is 1 cup, but it's not really a full cup. So if you weigh out your flour, you see 1 cup right here. We're at 0 gram. So you do a whole cup here. This gives you 124. Usually it's 125, but you see, I didn't even have a whole cup of flour. When you weigh it out, you can get exactly 1 cup, which will be 125 grams. And I like to shift my flour so that way when you mix it, you don't have to mix it a lot. The most important thing in making cookies is that you don't want to over mix the cookie dough. Always shift your flour when you are baking. It helps to make sure that you don't have any lumps. Flavoring is very important for any cookies. I make my own vanilla. You can see real vanilla bean. You can check on my channel how to make your own vanilla. Buying vanilla bean and then just using vodka, but you have to, it's a waiting time. It's at least 12 to 18 months. And look at how rich this vanilla is. You can't believe the aroma that comes out of this. And look at beautiful vanilla beans. So my 2 favorite flavoring in my baking is real vanilla and this butternut extract. It is so good. Once your egg is incorporated, then you want to add your real vanilla, 2 tablespoons, and just ½ teaspoon of your butternut. A little go a long way. Now you add your cornstarch, baking powder, once your baking powder and cornstarch is mixed well, now you add the flour. The key here is not to overmix your flour. Now you want to add your sprinkle, and that's it. You want to mix it by hand now, otherwise your sprinkle will get smudged into the batter. Now you want to mix your batter by hand, otherwise your sprinkle will get all mushed up and you won't see it too well. Mix the balance of your batter by hand so you won't overmix. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little bit buttermilk to the batter, a little bit at a time. You don't want to add too much, you just want it to come together. And then you can squeeze it, see? Beautiful. We're ready to stuff birthday cake cookie. I'm gonna cut this cream pie in half. Look at how that looks. Beautiful, right? And we're gonna get a big cookie scooper. And I'm going to make a indentation in the middle. See, if your dough is low dry, just add more liquid. But it's malleable right now, so it will be okay. Put it right in the middle. Bring your cookie dough up. And you're going to cover the top. So you're stuffing your cookie, making sure you got on both sides. You can cut it in quarter if you want smaller cookie. I'm going to make bigger cookies. So just where there's a lot of dough, you just patch it up until you cover the entire pie. See, everything is sealed. Now I have some other sprinkle. You want different kind of sprinkle, and I'm just gonna press it in there to get it a nice top. It won't spread too much, so you want to make it into a ball that you like. Okay. I was able to get 9 stuffed cookies out of that one batch. Doesn't that look beautiful? We're going to bake in a preheated oven at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. We have to trust the process. So the trick to a stuffed cookie is that you have to let it bake for 10 minutes and maybe 1 or 2 minutes over, but not any more than that. I'll show you how to check if your cookie is done or not. And the key is you have to let this cookie rest for at least a good 5 to 8 hours before you cut into it. I'll bake these in a preheated oven at 350 for 10 minutes. 10 minutes up. Let's check our cookies. Look at this. Oh yes. Now the key here is to look for shininess on the cookie. If it's shiny, that means it's not done. But you have to trust the process. And it says 10 minutes. You see there's like a little hole right there. You just get a spoon, and while it's still hot, push it back together. So I get the spoon, push it back together so it's sealed. See? When it's still hot, you can just move this cookie out. See how it's touching right here? So move it out a little bit. Over here as well. Just move it out. You see no baking soda, so your cookie doesn't spread. Just baking soda. So when you do a stuffed cookie, that's what you need. It's baking powder and not soda. Okay, this is done. There's nothing shiny. Everything looks good. Look at these cookies. They're set for 5 hours. So they are set. So let's cut into one. Okay, let's see how this looks. Let's cut. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Let's taste. You see all the sprinkle in between inside and the little cake stuffing. It's moist, flavorful, and delicious. Great birthday cake cookie. Bon appetit. See you in the next video.